So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to sell ethically and to give you the transition from if you're feeling like you're pushing people too much, if you feel like you're manipulating people, if you feel like all you got is tactics, then this video will give you a framework to fix that and to really start falling in love with sales because of what it means to the people who buy from you. So enjoy the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anybody can learn to sell, but some of us will have an aptitude and get there a lot faster. I was selling alarms door to door, and it was during the recession and I was broke. So that's why I was selling, because I needed a way to make some money. It was very hard. And those alarm companies, I'm not going to use prey, even though sometimes I felt like I was preying on people who were economically challenged. They didn't have as much money and they lived in crime heavy places. And so I did that. And honestly, I could sell. They had a script. They had very keen tactics that would show you how to do it. So I got very good at it really quick. So I was 20, maybe 29 at the time, something like that. And I gotta tell you, there were times where I felt like I was selling my soul for a commission. I remember the day I quit, and I was going to this lady's house and I went through the process, and man, I closed, I nailed it. But she was poor. She had like this mark on her face. I'll never forget her. She had this mark on her face. And as I'm walking out the door with this contract that she signed, and I was going to make a commission on it, I just stopped. And I'm like, what am I doing? I turned around. Her name was Yolanda. I even remember her name. I said, Yolanda, can you afford this? She said, no. I ripped up the contract and I said, we don't need to do this. And I walked out and I never sold again. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done with selling. I thought that selling, in my mind, and at that point in time, I thought that what everybody said about the used car salesman and all that kind of stuff, I thought that was all true. So I said, I'm going to go find a more ethical way to live my life and to be. And that persisted for a very long time till I found a mentor, and his name is Sonny. And he goes, Sam, you just don't know what selling really is. So, well, what do you mean? He goes, selling is helping. I'm going to show you how people will thank you. And some of them will get emotional because of the changes that you're going to be able to cause in their lives because of what we do in their businesses. So to make a very long story short, I reframed my understanding of selling and I fell in love with it. When I tell the story that you're talking about, that was actually prior to all of this. Like at that point in time, I was a kid and I could talk with people, but I was talking out of my butt. I just didn't really know what I was doing. And I fell backwards into that principle of specificity makes selling easy, right? Because what I was doing at that point in time is I was a loan originator, and some friends were like, hey, come do this. We'll send you all of our deals. Well, they didn't send me any deals, and I'd already taken a big leap. I was newly married and I had one baby on the way. And so I had to figure it out. So my branch manager was like, yeah, just go to real estate agents' offices. I was 24, 25, something stupid like that. I'm like, nobody wants to deal with a 25-year-old in real estate when all these loan originators are seasoned or good. So I would just go, and man, I would get nothing. And so one day I'm sitting there in the lobby of Century 21 and I'm flipping through this real estate magazine, which are in every real estate lobby in the United States. And I remember thinking like, oh, Lacey Bishop, she would never send her deals to me. She's got like these listings that are like, at the time, this is 2004, 05, right? 2004, 05. Like, there's no way she's going to send those to me. There's no way. And then I come to this lady, and her name is Christina McNeil, and she's selling first-time home buyers. I was in the first-time home buyers age. Like, I kind of identified with that avatar anyway. She spoke Spanish. She was Hispanic, and her listings said, "Se habla español." I'm like, dude, I say habla español. And I knew that the types of loans that these people were getting were the kind of loans that loan originators don't like to do because of the rigor and documentation and everything that went into it. And so I didn't figure this out. I just had like this epiphany moment. I'm like, I bet you this lady's having a hard time. Like, I bet you I could help her. So I called her up. I said, hey, Christina, my name is Sam. I see that you work with a lot of Hispanic buyers and they're in the first-time home buyer niche. And I'm guessing that means that you're having to deal with a lot of originators not really wanting to give your buyers the time of day. I'm a specialist in first-time home buyers. I speak Spanish, and I'd be happy to take anybody that you have that is trying to get approved and take them today. And I got 5 deals that day. And I never had to sell in mortgages ever again. I never had to sell ever again. People just came to me. So one sales pitch was, and I thought it was like God's gift to selling. But all I did is the same thing that all of you can do, is I niched down to where the solution was so obvious that when I pitched it to her, she was like, yeah, that's what I want.
It was the dog whistle. And so that's all selling is. The reason most people have a hard time with sales is because the person they're trying to sell doesn't fit perfectly into the pitch they're trying to make. Their pitch they're trying to make is too broad. And so they don't see the value in it for them. Make sense?
So hopefully you can see how that transition really changed my mindset, and how if you're in that situation, it can change yours too. Now, if you need some more tactical tactics or things to use to help you start selling inside Lead Gen U, within the next week or two, I'm going to be releasing a new module on how to sell. In that module, I'm going to give you a pitch deck. Okay, this pitch deck is absolutely phenomenal. So far, I've given it to 5 or 6 people, all of whom have reported back they've made sales within their first week of using it. So I'm going to give you that pitch deck, as well as call recordings of me doing it successfully on calls with agency customers. So in the description below, go to the link and grab Lead Gen U. It is free, there is no charge. And basically we do that because we know where we make our money, and all we want to do is help people win in the agency game. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.